John Fisher is a tough act to follow. What a powerhouse presentation. I believe Mitch Jackson said to me that he wanted to give John a standing ovation. I'd like to start my presentation asking you to give John.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to be talking with slides, and I'm going to be talking about YouTube. How many people here have ever uploaded a video to YouTube? Wow. Okay, good. That's good. And how many people here have ever watched a video on YouTube to get an answer to a question? All right, so I'm going to start off with a question from a marketing guru who is passed away named Gary Halbert. If you and I both owned a hamburger stand and we were in a contest to see who could sell the most hamburgers, what advantages would you most like to have on your side to help you win? Just go ahead and throw out answers. If you and I were having competing hamburger stands and you wanted to win the competition, what would you most like to have as an advantage?
A good burger.
Location.
Reviews.
Location, reviews,
Better
Good burgers.
better hamburgers.
I want to know who's hungry.
That's it.
YouTube
Starving
video.
crowd. What you want is a starving crowd. And YouTube is your entrance, your pathway to find the crowd that is starving for your content. And I went to a presentation about 6 years ago on YouTube. And this is the same presentation where I said I wanted to have a conference. So when I went there, and I heard this presentation, and I heard someone speak on the power of YouTube. And I said to myself, I'm going to try that. And if one of you tries to do what we've done, it'll make me really happy, and this will all have been a success. So I encourage you to keep an open mind. It seems like a lot, but you can totally do this. YouTube is the second most visited site on the web. It has 1.8 billion? Yeah, 1.8 million, no.
Billion.
1.8 billion users a month. That's just 200 million less than Facebook every month. There are 300 hours of video uploaded every minute to YouTube, and they get 30 million visitors a day. I want to talk to you about 3 YouTube success stories. The first one is this motorcycle shop in Philadelphia. How about a shout out for Philly? Is Alicia here? No. All right. Oh, Wayne's still here. All right, so these guys launched a motorcycle shop in 2007. They got tired of answering their customers' questions all the time, so they pulled out a flip cam and they started answering the questions. They made videos and they put them on YouTube. And they now have 477,615 subscribers. They have a full in-house creative team, and they've experienced growth of 50% sales every year for the last 3 years. You might recognize this guy. His father owned a liquor store in New Jersey. It was a small liquor store, and back when YouTube first got started, his son, who had just graduated from college, decided to start shooting videos. And you can see the graphics aren't too good, the camera was shaky. He rebranded it as Wine Library, and it eventually became a daily blog about wine. They eventually had 1,000 episodes, and he grew that business from $3 million to $60 million a year. And it also gave the world to Gary Vaynerchuk, who we talk about on the podcast, I think, every other time. The last one is this woman from Hamilton, Missouri. I don't even know where that is. She has a little quilt shop. The population of the whole town is 1,800 people. They started on YouTube making little tutorial videos. They now have 453 of these videos. They went from 0 subscribers to 1,000 to 25,000. Now they have 473,000 subscribers. So people are definitely devouring that content. There was a hungry crowd wanting to learn how to quilt, and they found the Missouri Star Quilt Company. Now in Hamilton, they call it the Disneyland of quilting. I think they might have taken the mantle away from Paducah, Kentucky, where the quilting museum is. People now visit from all over the world. They have 12 different themed stores in Hamilton, and they employ 400 of the 1,800 people that live in Hamilton at their store. It's mind-boggling. All right, so like I said, 6 years ago I was at a marketing conference and I heard about the magic of video. And I decided to go ahead and pay an outside video company to help me shoot some videos. I paid $7,500, I flew to Virginia, and I recorded 20 videos. In the 6 years since, those videos have a total of 7,548 views, which is a lot. And the first couple ones were very salesy. They were all about me, me, me. Jim, so great immigration attorney. They were very high production value. The very first one that I launched on January 23rd in 2013, right now it has 21 views in 5 years. So 20 videos for $7,500, so how much did I pay for that, right? All right, now with YouTube, like any content platform, you need to keep creating content. So I had these great 20 videos. We unleashed one a week for 20 weeks or something like that. And I had to say to myself, should I go back to Virginia and record some more videos, or should I try to do them myself? And I thought long and hard about my old boss. Oh, his picture didn't come through, Steve Surratt. So when I was in college, I drove this blue bus. See the blue bus there? So at St. Louis University, there's a regular campus and a medical campus. And I drove this bus. I would drive the pre-med students down to the medical campus every day. So, and eventually I became the manager of the bus line. But then Stosh came and he was my boss. And he said, Jim, take the week off. And he ran the entire bus line. And he drove the bus, he sent out the bills, he did everything because he wanted to learn how everything worked so that he could then be a good boss. And I think this is really good for lawyers generally to understand how every single thing in the firm works. But when it came to video, I thought, well, Steve was really smart, and I think I need to understand the video before I ever pay anybody any more money to help me make videos. So I decided to do it myself. And so I hopped on Amazon and I bought some gear. And I'll send all this stuff to you. I bought a tripod. Most of the stuff is in the room next door, so if anybody has shot video, my wife's scowling at the money that I spent.
I didn't know about any of this.
Right. I should be more mad about the $7,500 I spent in Virginia than the $425 I spent in Amazon.
It's all maddening.
So the tripod, the green screen, the lights, the 3 lights back there, the lavalier mic, which I think is still using the very same first battery I got, a flip cam, and the flash drive. So subtotal $424.37. My very first video, I was all about the green screen. And I released that one on December 20th, 2013. I edited it on my phone with some Apple software. Now, I didn't like the aqua, and you can see some of my videos are off-center. Tyson likes to give me trouble, and I'll show you some more later about how they're not always perfect, but I think that's really important. I think it's really, and Mitch talked about this yesterday, even in the branded videos, I think it's really important that you don't come across as too stuffy. I really try to put some personality into the videos. I try to let people know who I am, and I always want to have a good video, but if I do all this work to make it, I do one shot. I don't edit, I ask myself the question, I'll tell you about that in a minute, but I don't do a lot of hard editing. But this was the second video I did, and I just happened to, instead of put the green screen, the plain green screen behind me, I actually just put our logo on there, and there wasn't any great brilliance to that. It was just that I was cheap and it was a logo that I had. And so I'll tell you why that's important in a little bit, but this little video got 11,420 views. So the logo has really come to help me distinguish, because on YouTube, you'll see suggested videos down in the corner, and we get a tremendous amount of traffic to our YouTube channel based on suggested videos. And I think that the reason for that is because of the logo, because it makes them stand out. See how on the left-hand side, there's a bunch of different lawyers who have different kinds of backgrounds. Usually, like we said yesterday, they're sitting at their desk, and they look like every other video. But with the blue background, people can drop down and find the YouTube, and they click on that. So Josh was wondering the other day why I still do the green screen, and that's why. All right, now, I am a big believer in the power of small actions. I read a great book called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. It's about how small incremental changes to your day really can make a powerful difference. And I also heard a story. Somebody asked Jerry Seinfeld, Jerry, how do you come up with so many jokes? And he said, it's really simple. At the start of the year, he gets one of those desk calendars with the days of the month all blocked out. And he said, I write one joke a day, and I put an X on that day. And my only job is to keep the X's going, right? And so I did that. I recorded one episode a day for 100 days, more than 100 days. And I sort of regret having stopped, but it really helped boost the amount of content that we have. All right, so here's how you can create a video in under 30 minutes. And this is my step-by-step guide of what I do. And I'm not the kind of person who likes to do a bunch of videos all at one time. I can only do one a day because then my head starts to hurt. So I go in, I turn on the lights, the camera, and the microphone. I press record. I center up in front of the camera. I ask myself out loud, what's the question that this video is going to be about? Then I introduce my firm. Hi, I'm Jim Hacking, immigration lawyer practicing law throughout the United States out of our office here in St. Louis, Missouri. Then I go ahead and answer the question. And then I stop the recording. I pop out the memory card. I take the little memory card to my desktop. I download it onto the desktop. This is what I used to do. I open it up in Adobe Premiere Pro. This is when I was editing them myself. I insert the video to a video template, so I already had the music and the logos and stuff all set up, so all I had to do was drop the green screen and run the Chrome key adjustments, export the video, and upload it to YouTube. And I literally could do that in 30 minutes, and that's how I would start my day. I'd get to the office before I saw anybody, before I did anything. I'd think on the way to work what question I'm going to answer, and I would go ahead and shoot that video. Now, you might be asking, how do I develop my video ideas? And the key to me is this yellow notebook. I kept a separate yellow notebook in my consultation room, in the conference room. And when people would come in and ask questions, I would write those down separate from their notes of their file as an idea for videos. Because I figured if they have a question, other people have that same question. And a lot of times you get the same question over and over. So the ways that I come up with ideas for our videos is I listen to clients during consults. We have Pure Chat. So Pure Chat's a really good, that's like a online chat where people can ask us questions. That's a great place for it. You can also, if you're really stuck for ideas, you can go on Avo and you can see what questions people are asking other lawyers. And then instead of answering in Avo and giving Avo the benefit of your hard work, you can do it yourself on your own website. I also like to, I know it sounds strange, I like to listen to myself talk and the answers that I give. You'll find, like, sometimes I'll be talking to a client and I go, shit, that's a really good idea. I should do a video on that, right? You can also see what videos are popular on YouTube in your space. I don't do that much, but sometimes I'll see something that I find interesting and I'll want to riff on that. You can always discuss new developments in your area of law, and you can talk about news in your practice area, things that have changed. I think answering questions, though, is really, really important. And the reason answering questions is important is because it helps you show your ability to answer questions, shows that you know your stuff or not. And people can tell in a 3-minute video if you know what you're talking about or if you're BSing. And I just look into the camera and I pretend that I'm talking to just one client. And one thing that's been really beneficial is I do videos on topics that I want to be hired for, but I also do videos on topics that I don't want people to hire me for. Can anybody think of why I might shoot videos about things that I don't want to do?
So when you get those calls and you don't want to waste your time on a consult, you can direct them to the video.
That's
Get their answers
exactly right. My #1 performing video, and by far, is on what to do when your visit visa is denied. 85% of visit visas are denied. I have no interest in being involved in anyone trying to get a visit visa for their mom or dad to come to the United States because you're almost always going to make them mad because it's almost always going to get denied. So I have no interest in spending any time at all talking about that. I just point everybody to that video. So with the branding, eventually you get, now these words on here, we'll talk about the words on the videos. For a long time these videos did not have words, but that was some of the work that Kent did, and we'll bring Kent up later to talk about that. But you really get into this nice flow of where people just sort of see, I mean, something like this I think is pretty impressive. When you click on our YouTube channel, you can just scroll down and see all of our videos, and it's just sort of, it's really overwhelming for people. And in fact, I'll tell you a little bit more about, it was sort of the wild, wild west. My content was sort of all over the place. You might be able to tell that I'm sort of all over the place, and so that's how my content gets created. It's not, there wasn't a real structure to it as far as I'm going to do 7 asylum videos or I'm going to do 3 citizenship videos. It's just sort of what I feel like talking about, what's pissing me off or something like that. All right, so after 100 views, I felt that I had satisfied Stash, my old boss. I knew how it all worked, and it was time to outsource it. So I hopped on Upwork, and I left a milestone. I left a job. It said, I'm an immigration attorney. I shoot HD videos on green screen. They usually last about 3 to 5 minutes. I need someone to put my company logo behind me on the green screen, maximize the colors, add the intro music, and publish for me to YouTube. Pretty easy gig.
And then the other thing that we always do is we transcribe our videos. So we transcribe our videos, it's $1 a minute. So that gives us back a really nice clean transcript. By the time I upload it, I get the transcript back about 45 minutes later. And it's actually usually pretty good. But with Upwork, I found Asan. Asan lives in Karachi, Pakistan. And he has been doing these edits for a long time. He was highly rated on Upwork. And so when Asan came on board, now I take that flash drive, I put it into the computer, I uploaded it to the Google Drive, I go onto Upwork and I authorize the $15 payment to escrow. He downloads and edits the video, he uploads it back up. Once he uploads it, I get an email that says it's there. I download it and put it to YouTube, and then I release the $15 to Asan, and then you can keep the contract open, so you don't have to keep creating the contract. Yes. Sure.
Do you still work with him?
Yeah.
Okay. So what if you just said, every month, I'm going to pay double to you for X number of videos, whatever your budget allows, and tell him that you want to donate that money to some sort of need in his local community?
Yeah.
Have him do a video series on how that money is impacting something, then you can have even more, like, goodwill.
That'd be great.
$15 is not
Right.
much to you, but it's a lot to him.
Yeah. 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 That's Annika thinking like she did yesterday when Joe was done. Yeah, Gary.
I think your wife will let you spend that money.
You might be right. No, I love it, Annika. Well, and Asan and I are actually friends on Facebook, so we could totally do that. Yeah. All right, now we have 271 videos. They were all done one video at a time, and we get a lot of feedback on our videos, but not everyone is a fan. This one came from Lynn Berger. Jim Hacking, you need to learn the law better. It's called probationary citizenship. Jaspinder said, man, you are boring as fuck. Rest in peace, YouTube. All right, now, a little while ago, two new faces came on the screen. Oh, one of them's missing, so he's going to have to come on down here. Come on down, Kent. So I cannot in good faith say that Donald Trump did not have a huge impact on our YouTube views, because he definitely did. Now, I'll tell you that I predicted that Donald Trump was going to win the election. I thought for sure that he would win, but I totally miscalculated what effect that was going to have. On the day after the election, I told Amani, we're going to have to lay everybody off. We're not going to have any work to do anymore. There's not going to be any immigration happening at all ever again. And so I couldn't have been more wrong. The interest on the YouTube channel, you'll see, has really gone up. So Donald Trump came on the scene, and Kent Richardson came on the scene. Now, Kent was he was a freshman. He's a freshman at the University of Missouri St. Louis, and his girlfriend is my cousin's daughter, Natalie. And those two kept tag teaming me, saying that Kent wanted to work for me for free. And I was busy, I was all this stuff, this crazy kid. So I said, Imani, you deal with it. So Imani interviewed Kent, and she said, oh, Jim, I think you're really going to like him. So Kent worked for us for free for like 2 months. And then he came in and he said, Jim, I got to get paid. And I said, you're right, you got to get paid. So Kent, just so you guys know, he's doing all kinds of stuff for people in this group. So I'm going to let him tell you a little bit about what he's got going on at the end. But he's been a great asset, and he's really helped us take the YouTube channel to the next level. He and Donald Trump together. So, do you want to talk through what you did?
Sure, yeah.
You want to use the mic?
All right. So like Jim was saying, he had a ton of content on his channel, and I think a lot of people here kind of have that too, where like you put out stuff on a daily or weekly basis, but it kind of sits out there and it just kind of gets stagnant and doesn't really do anything. So what I came in and did is I took all 270 of Jim's videos, and I went through and I used a software called TubeBuddy. And essentially, I did bulk edits, and what that means is I went through and I would do like bulk tag additions and like bulk card additions. So like, I don't know how many in here have watched anything on YouTube in the last week. Raise your hand. All right, everyone should be raising their hand because we were watching stuff in the PowerPoints that are on YouTube. So not only does YouTube do video hosting, but obviously you're posting your own stuff there as well. And so what I did was going through TubeBuddy, I would add cards to the end of videos. So what that means is at the end of your video, in the last 15 seconds, what you'll have is you'll have 2 like recommended videos pop up. So like you'll be watching the video that you're on currently, and you'll be like, oh, I enjoyed this video, but I'd like to learn a little bit more about this topic. And normally people will click away at that point. They'll click away to a suggested video on the side that's also popped up. But by adding things like cards, you keep people and you retain them on your channel so that they click through to your next video or most recent video or suggested video for them, and you keep them on your channel. So similar to the SEO stuff that people have been talking about at this conference, YouTube's search algorithm is very similar to that in that it relies a lot on tags. And I found the biggest thing that Jim was lacking on is that he didn't have tags hardly on any of his videos. He'd have like immigration and like his name on there, which really isn't helpful to anybody. So unless you search Jim hacking immigration, none of his videos were going to come up organically through search. And so what I did is I went through, I'd watch the content of his video, I'd skim through it, really, I didn't watch every single video. And what I do was I would add in keywords related to what kind of case it was. So like if it was a client case, I'd do like put in tags like spouse visa or like I-130A or something like that. And what that would do is when people would Google those things, or they'd search them specifically on YouTube, those videos would pop up, and people wouldn't have to search Jim hacking immigration to find those videos. They wouldn't even have to search anything that was related to the title of that video. It would come up simply through the tags of that video that were attached to it. So one of the things I also did, and YouTube has, TubeBuddy has built in, is they let you put in thumbnails and you can build them in your browser. So TubeBuddy is a Chrome extension, and what that means is that you don't have to download any additional software to your computer in order to use it. All you have to do is install it onto your Chrome browser. And one of the cool things about it is that because it's installed into your Chrome browser, anytime you get on YouTube, not only can you see your own stats on your videos, but you can also see detailed analytics on other people's videos as well. So you can go onto a competitor's page, and you can be like, hey, this lawyer's doing really well on YouTube. What is he doing that's so successful about his videos? And you can see.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah, and so you can see like their average like stay rate. You can see like how long people normally spend on other people's videos. You can see what tags other lawyers are putting on their videos that are making them successful. And so what I do is when I'm flipping through and I see other suggested videos on Jim's page, I'll click to one of those other lawyers' websites and I'll see what kind of tags they're using on their videos that are making them successful, and I'll incorporate those same kind of tags. And those are some of the insights that you get by using a software like this.
So you want to walk them through sort of what's in how the tags work?
Yeah, so you can see some of the TubeBuddy stuff that's going on here. Like down there where the tags are at, it doesn't look like you have TubeBuddy on for the screenshot, but when you've got it active on your browser, what it'll do is you can create a tag template. So like, for example, Jim, in pretty much all of his videos, we've got like immigration, Jim hacking, immigration, hacking law practice, and those types of things. You can create like a tag template that you can then just kind of copy and paste onto all your videos, because those things are going to be standard across all the videos that you're doing. And then what you can do after that is you can kind of individualize each video. So once you have those base things down, then you can start putting in tags that are about the specific kind of documents you have on, or going to be discussing on those, the type of keywords that would pop up in those kinds of cases and things of that nature.
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah.
The template that you're referring to,
Yeah.
is that through TubeBuddy?
It is through TubeBuddy, yes. And so, I don't know if you have a slide just about TubeBuddy. Do you? Okay. Oh yeah, so they're playing something. Okay, so TubeBuddy is a subscription service. So like you pay monthly, and it's dependent on how many subscribers and viewers you have. So if you're like a really big channel, then you can pay up to like $20 a month is I think what we're paying right now. But if you're just starting out, I think it's like $9 a month, and it's totally worth it.
And how you added all this stuff?
Yeah, so this is another example. So you can see here underneath that little dash, there's a bunch of text, obviously. We're linking out to our Alexa skill we have. We're linking out to our website, and we're also linking out to Jim's podcast and Facebook page. And this is actually another example of TextEdit that you can do. So what you can do is you can essentially save this or like copy and paste this, and you can copy and paste onto every single video that you've ever created without removing or deleting any text that's already there. So let's say you have transcriptions on your videos, or you have video descriptions already, what you can do is you can type this up in 5-10 minutes, and then you can have TubeBuddy go through and add it to the bottom or the top or anywhere you want in the text of your video. And so,
Joe's got a question.
I'll go for it, Joe.
Yeah, I was just wondering, are you guys making any effort to take the videos that you post on YouTube and then put them on your website, first of all?
Yeah.
And also, how does it impact, if you're going to put something on Facebook, do you post it on YouTube first, or do you upload it straight to Facebook? And does that impact?
That's actually a really, really good question. So Facebook doesn't like it when you link outside of Facebook. They're kind of selfish that way. And so what you should do is, if you're going to be uploading a video, you should upload it natively to Facebook, and you should upload it natively to YouTube, and you shouldn't try to link the YouTube video in if you want it to play the most responsibly. Because what they'll do is they'll delay it. If it's natively in Facebook, it'll play automatically, and people won't have to click through a link in order to watch the video. It'll just start playing, and you'll engage more people that way.
And then is it the same for on your site? Like, are you guys putting your videos from your YouTube on your actual website?
Yeah, through WordPress.
Yeah, and actually, so WordPress makes it super simple. Like literally all you have to do is just copy the link of your YouTube page, paste it into your WordPress,
It's right there.
and it's done. And that's it. That's all you got to do. It's on your website.
And talk about playlists.
So,
Yeah.
so you're taking the exact same video and you're uploading it natively to Facebook, and then you're putting the same video on YouTube,
Yes.
and you put it on other platforms?
LinkedIn.
Yeah, we post it to his LinkedIn as well.
But then in the search results for Google,
Only YouTube comes up. Only YouTube comes up.
Yeah, so Google isn't, and I'm sure Seth Price probably can give some more insight on this, but from what I've seen, Google's not really searching people's Facebook pages. Google wants to push you into other Google apps like YouTube, which is owned by Google and things like that. And so like rich snippets and all those things that Seth was talking about, those are all based in YouTube. So if you search, something very specific, and there's like, I'm forgetting the word Seth used for it, but there's like a section of a video that's really, really good about answering one question, that snippet is always going to be shown on YouTube. It's never going to link to like a Facebook video or something like that.
Are you seeing any of those type of results from these videos that just shown up in the snippets?
No, I don't think we have any rich snippets yet, but they tend to be on, at least at this point, and obviously Seth can probably say more about this because I'm not an expert, but they tend to be like very, very simple kind of specific things at this point, not like the deep specific things about immigration law quite yet, but they're getting there.
And we're waiting to hear from you, Will, about those snippets because I'm very jealous of those. All right, playlist.
Oh yeah, so another thing we did is I organized the channel into playlists, and this is another thing you can do is you can actually copy and paste playlists into your website as well. So if someone jumps to a page on our website and they're like, oh, I'm really interested in deportation defense, I want to learn more about this before I hire a lawyer or something like that. What you can do is just copy and paste this playlist on your website. So they'll jump to the page, they'll read a brief description about what you do, and then they can click on the playlist and it'll just run them through videos all day. And so that way you can take somebody who normally just watch one video and bounce from your website into somebody who will stay and watch for 3 or 4 or 5 videos and like exponentially, multiplying the kind of view and exposure that you're getting.
All right, thanks, bud. All right, so just wanted to go over, thanks, Kent, a little analytics just to show you sort of the growth of things and sort of how this sort of all plays out. So this is April of 2016. In April of 2016, we had 28,000 minutes of people watching YouTube. So while I'm sleeping or working or doing something else, people are on our YouTube channel watching things. We had 11,000 views that month, and people spent about 2.5 minutes on the video, which is pretty good. We also had 37 shares, and we got 43 new subscribers. So contrast this to April of 2018. We had 123,000 minutes, so we had 100,000 more minutes of people watching our YouTube videos. We went from 11,000 to 51,000 views. The duration stayed about the same, but we had 457 likes, 86 comments. I'm going to talk about comments. Shares, so people shared our video 416 times. They got added to playlists, and then we had 243 more subscribers picked up in April last month. And then if you look all time, this is just sort of mind-boggling to me. We had there's 1.8 million minutes of videos watched, and we have around 760,000 views. Our duration time usually stays the same. We have 4,600 likes. People have added our videos to their own playlist 3,920 times, and we have 3,000 subscribers. So since Kent came, he told me the other day, we finally did it. I said, what? He said, we finally doubled the amount of doubled the amount of subscribers we had since I started. So it's been great. So go ahead. Yeah, right. Kent's really mad because we've been trying to get into the YouTube's partner program for 4 or 5 months. Yeah, and we're just waitlisted to get on there. So once we can't, yeah.
But would you really want to, because somebody's going to click off, you know, if they're going to wait for 5 seconds to click through the ad, if it's a pre-roll, I mean, would you really want
I don't plan on monetizing our videos, no.
Okay.
And the reason, just for that reason the guy just made, but Kent, there's other value to being in the partner program.
So the YouTube partner program actually enables a lot of things besides just having the ability to run ads on YouTube. For example, if you ever watch the video and a little like bar thing pops up on the top of the screen, like a link or something like that, or like, hey, jump to our website, it's like a little link pops up. Those are some of the things you can only do if you're in the partner program, and that's something that we're still waiting on, even with the side channel that we have. We're still waiting to get those abilities, so that people don't even have to read our description and jump into our site. They'll just pop up in the middle of the video, and they can just come directly to our website from the video that happens.
It's a very sore subject. Yes, Guy.
But if you do that, aren't you opening it up to other people? If you open up the partnership,
Yeah.
do you have to allow advertising?
No.
Can you toggle that off?
Yes. Right, Kent? Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah, I am sure.
And there are varying degrees of ads too. Like you can have ads that just like run for 5 seconds a minute. You could also have sections in the video where ads will play like you have a 10-minute video.
Oh, perfect.
So that you have a lot of control over how much ads are going on.
Yeah, Seth.
Philosophically, I agree. Like, to me, it's like you get somebody there and they're watching your video,
Right.
that's money.
Right.
Anything that's distracted from that, you know.
I agree.
What about video PPC? Can we afford that?
I have not done any pay-per-click for video.
I would be all over that.
All right, we'll talk about that. All right. So you guys might be wondering, well, has this led to any cases? And so at our office, we do about 68 consults a month. 7 of those people a month in 2017 found us on or through YouTube. And 5 of those people hired us. So it's actually a pretty good conversion. Now, my wife will tell you a funny story about Blaine. This guy. So we literally have had in our office at least 10 people in 2017 who drove at least 5 hours to come meet with us. And they drove past a lot of immigration lawyers to come get to us. And we've had people fly from Denver and from Utah to hire us. I mean, one of the great things about immigration is you can practice practice cases all over the country. We have helped 33 people from 33 states in the last 2 years with an immigration issue, mostly because of YouTube and the website. So, but they convert high. So if they're not driving all that way just to say hello. When they're driving, they're coming with their checkbook and they want to hire you. The average value of our case is about $2,600. So I estimate that last year from YouTube, we generated about $154,000. So the $469, I'm sorry I spent that, babe, on that. But, all right.
What are the ways you're able to track that in terms of?
It's just from self-reporting.
Okay, so that's probably low.
It could be low. It's at least that.
Yeah.
It's at least that, right.
Do you have tracking numbers on the video? Like a separate number other than?
We have a separate number for the YouTube, yeah. All right, and so one of the fun things for me, I'm a people person, and so I like to interact with the people. So in the morning, usually when I wake up in the morning, somebody's been watching the videos and they send us comments and stuff, and we get that. YouTube has you could answer those one at a time, but a much easier way is you can just hop right into your channel and you can answer the questions all one at a time. And so that's fun for me. You can like the comments. People really like it when you interact with them. And invariably people say way too much than they should on YouTube. I say, send me an email, I'm deleting this right away, because I don't want them giving out their own confidential stuff. Kent has also helped us with two other things. We've started doing more video testimonials outside of immigration. This is a fellow on the left who I helped get his citizenship in Baltimore. And then we've started a vlog too, so that's been a lot of fun. Kent has really helped make the firm more personable by doing a sort of a bi-weekly vlog. We've had a lot of fun with that. And the cool thing, besides the numbers and besides the new cases and things, is these people have become my friends. I can tell you everybody's name in these pictures, right? I know each of these people, these are all people from out of town. None of these people, the lady on the bottom left, Rima, she hired us because she found us on YouTube and we helped bring her husband here from Iraq. She'd been waiting for 2 years and we sued immigration. The lady on the left, the upper right, she's from Oklahoma City. So it really allows us, what happens is they do YouTube, then they contact us, we do a Skype consult, then they hire us, and then we handle their case. And I'm going to end with an email that I got just this very morning from Marwan. This is not our Marwan, this is a different Marwan. Marwan is from Iraq, and he helped the U.S. Army he helped a military contractor and the Army as a translator in Iraq. And he did that for 2 years. He put his life on the line helping United States soldiers stay here. And Marwan filed for citizenship and immigration service, dragged his case out for 3 years. He lives in Virginia, and he asked me to file a lawsuit against USCIS to compel his case. And last month he had his interview, he got approved, and his lawsuit's still pending, so I have to dismiss the lawsuit, but this is what he emailed me today. Dear Mr. Hero, I wanted to share with you the good news. I'm now officially a U.S. citizen and so proud of it, and this happened because of your efforts and courage. I wish you all the best from the bottom of my heart. I believe you may please dismiss the case now. Attached is a photo of mine that I wanted to share with you. Feel free to post the same if you want on your vlogs. God bless you, best, Marwan. There's a lot going on in this thing. I mean, first of all, it really means a lot to me that he sent me that email. He also left us a great review on Avo. But notice too that he said he wanted to be in the vlog. And the other guy from the other video, the clients get used to this. They get used to having their story told, and they want to be, we have a big wall at the office right there on the vlog. These are all of our clients. And people have come to expect to have their stories told. And those are the ones that really resonate the most. So it's great to have great numbers. It's great to have the business doing better. But for me, it's much more about helping people and connecting with people from all over the world. And YouTube has really helped us do that. So, yeah.
You guys, after the case is dismissed, set a calendar for exactly 1 year out and reach out to all those people and have them do a 20-second video. This is where I am a year later.
That'd be great.
And then,
That's a great idea. Yeah, we could do that right now with a lot of our clients. Yeah. Any other questions? I think I'm out of time anyway. Yeah, we got time for a couple questions if anybody has any. Yeah, for sure. All right. Yeah.
Can you speak a little bit to the technical challenges about, capturing the sound and lighting?
There's no such thing. Those are all excuses that people do to not do video. I mean, there's one picture, I don't know if it showed up, but there's one like where my head was sort of off. It's okay. It's okay. People get used to it. People just want the content. People just want the information. They don't care. And the videos outside, that sometimes you can hear the cars going by, or sometimes you hear someone honk. Nobody cares. And all that stuff is just a crutch to keep you from doing it. So don't worry about the mic. It's simple. I gave you the list of everything you need to do. Do all that, and you'll be good to go. Yes, sir.
You shared a story in our group about
Right.
the cafeteria workout that someone walked up. Can you just share that?
Yeah, and I meant to put that in the slide. So a couple weeks ago, I was down at immigration, and I was getting a drink of water or a bottle of water before I went upstairs, and I walk out from where you pay, and there's a lady sitting there with her daughter on her lap, and she waved me over, and I said, this is strange. Is this my client? I don't know this person. So I go over to her, and she says, you're that video guy. I said, what? She goes, yeah, you're that guy that makes those immigration videos. And I said, yeah, that's me. And she pulled up her phone, and she said, my interview's in half an hour. I was just watching your video on how to get ready. So, yeah, it was great. So it made my day. Yeah, Daryl. I would defer to Seth and Will on this. I don't know that it has. I ask every single person, how did you find us? They say the internet, and then I drill down, how did you do it to get to where it is? I don't know the link between the two.
And YouTube is the number 2 search.
Right.
So if you've ever thought for 1 second about caring about Bing or Yahoo or anything like that, YouTube is the second largest search on its own.
Yeah, Seth.
So I mean, there was a lot of that, right, traffic coming in. Also, I think the prime example is the type of leads to do, the type of area of law you're working with. For you, this is not like somebody had a court case for a week, general representation. People are thinking about it, they're going back, they're researching it. It's a perfect synergy for video and immigration law. And that even though Google may push video, which they had a few years ago in the search engine results, and now sort of minimize it a little bit, that may come and go. But for you, and that area of law, it's easy because you have people like the lady before that, you have people who are spending time having no idea what to do with this. I think differently than other areas of law where it's easy to use stuff.
Guy?
Have you seen yourself coming up in snippets in the regular Google search?
Not the videos.
Not in your videos?
Yeah.
The question on, you added some words and stuff in your videos, are you actually dropping closed caption underneath? Like, the Facebook can do that automatically, and it works well. I didn't know if I did that.
It's on there as an option, and a lot of our clients use that because English isn't their first language. They just have to turn it on. I watched a couple of videos getting ready for the presentation. Their closed captioning is really good.
Yeah, I actually added it as a note to me, my file. But I don't know if you guys do it. I haven't tested that, but on that thumbnail video, it's sitting like includes closed captions. Because I know like the Facebook, like the YouTube is better, people know that the words are right there. A lot of times you're searching long tail keywords, that's when the video starts like covering search results, it's really long, second calculations. And so when people are bringing videos back to their Facebook, so that would be interesting to see if the click through the entire, click the word on thumbnail. A cool test, I think. So,
The one thing we did do with closed captioning is this video on the left, because it was getting so much traffic on Facebook, we transcribed it in Arabic, because this fellow's from Iraq, and we put it in an Iraqi asylum seeker Facebook group, and it's got the views doubled. Yes, Annika.
You say that you're friends with most of these people on Facebook, right?
A lot of them.
Okay, so if you have access to all of their photos, they probably have photos of when they first got here. They probably have their
Sure.
photos of them taking pictures from the flag, all these things. They probably have like historical, maybe old family photos, like of their people from a long time ago. What if you did a series called Welcome to America, and you just had Kent take all of those stills, right, and you cover them in with the video, like, you invite them in, you sit them down, and you say, what was your biggest worry when you first came here? And then how, like, you can ask them off camera, how did our involvement change that? So then you're gonna have, like, this beautiful story, you can set it to music, and you can cover in those still photos. They would share that like crazy.
Yeah.
All of their family and friends.
You're right. It's great.
You don't do it, so you got in
Yeah,
Washington.
for sure. That's great. Yeah, Monty's worried about whether this creates more work. Someone's got to do the work. Yeah, Michael.
So one of the things that Vaynerchuk talks about a lot is doing content with the right personality for the platform you're on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this may be more a question for Mitch, if you're focused on YouTube. But I just wondered if people are doing video in different places and what kind of video works best for the different platforms. Because I noticed you have both blog content on there, which is lower production, and I don't know what works better on YouTube versus somewhere else.
I think there's definitely a rhythm to each kind of platform, and I get that. I don't think that it offends any of the platforms to take these kinds of videos, and put them on LinkedIn and Facebook. I wouldn't put them on Twitter or Snapchat or anything, Instagram stories, because it's not built for that. But I think that people are used to consuming this kind of content within Facebook, and LinkedIn's gotten great. I think it's mostly lawyers and stuff, but I think that has its own value. Joe.
So I'm wondering, with regard to the newsfeed type of video, do you have any advice about which topics in particular justify the increased time cost? For
I very rarely will do green screen content that I don't believe is going to be evergreen. Now, sometimes things change, and when I say evergreen, I mean that it'll be timeless. Yeah, so when I want to do something like impulsive or something that just happened, I want to talk about something in the news, that's when I do it on the phone, more of a socially kind of a thing.
Is it worthwhile to schedule green screen type content? Do you think you get an additional return from that?
I think it's good to have regular content. We put out 2 YouTube videos every week. I think it probably would be better for me to do it on set days, but I'm sort of not built that way. So I just go with, I'm not big on content calendars. I'm just not, I don't have that level of attention to detail to be able to pull that off. I'm much more spur of the moment. Let's do it. All right, thanks everybody.